with E3 predictions for E3 2021. I am one of your hosts, Chris Waterman, joined this evening by Mr. Adam Gumbert from Lexington, Kentucky.
Hey, what's good, everybody?
We also have Mr. Zach Cassell from Boston, Massachusetts.
Go Pats.
Got Mr. George Arevalo from the tip of America's dick, Miami, Florida.
Fuck the Pats.
Oh my god.
So, as you can see, we are trying something a little different tonight, doing a little tech test in anticipation of E3 2021. And we thought, what a great time to do some E3 predictions. So we're going to go around and do a few predictions each. If you are watching the show live, I appreciate you giving us some feedback. Let us know how it's looking. Let us know how it's sounding. Right now, you will not have audio for the live stream that we have up here as an example. We'll switch that on once we get a few people in the chat. So, E3 2021 is upon us. It kind of snuck up on me, guys. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, fuck, it's E3 in a couple of weeks. Did you guys feel the same way?
Yeah, I had no idea that it was even happening. I always forget this kind of stuff until you guys remind me, and then I'm like, oh shit, and then I get excited. I traditionally stayed away from this kind of stuff because it just gets me excited for nothing. But now I kind of have to pay attention, because it's my job that I don't get paid for.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's I think on the heels of the pandemic especially, like in my mind I was like, it's not going to be E3 for another year. I don't know why. Like, they had clearly said that it was going to go on, but here we are. How about you, Zach? Did it sneak up on you, or have you been hotly anticipating it?
I feel like it's a little of both, right? Like I'll remember it every now and then, and I'm like, oh man, that's coming up. But then like I'll look at I'll look at the calendar when I say it's coming up, and like it's literally coming up in like 3 days. So I'm super excited. And
Less than if you count the Summer's Games Fest, which is 2 days from now. We're recording this on a Tuesday evening, so Jeff Keighley Summer Game Fest is technically, like, I think anyway, like where it's kicking off, like big time, because we got some good announcements. We got some cool guest stars showing up to that. Jeff Keighley, what a guy, man. He has built a little something for himself. And Adam, finally, last but not least, man, did it sneak up on you, or have you been counting down the days for a while?
But I've always been aware of it,
Yes,
as it's a thing that I pay attention to all the time. It's here. It doesn't feel like other years, but again, that's because it's not in person. But I'm very interested to sit down and watch a bunch of conferences, because that's always a fun thing to do.
yeah, absolutely. So let's get right into the predictions. So, like years past, we'll keep tabs on our predictions. I'll jot them down. We'll do a few apiece depending on time, of course, and we'll see how all that goes. Anybody want to volunteer to go first? We're going to encompass all of the shows. So Microsoft and Bethesda, obviously doing a combination show this year. We have Square Enix. We have Devolver Digital, even if you wanted to include them, Ubisoft, and then I think Nintendo as well on the kind of the back end. So feel free to include any of those in your predictions. But anybody want to go first?
I'm gonna go first before George jumps in and takes my thing.
Okay.
Sorry, George. I saw you about to talk. Not gonna happen. All right. So for my first one, I'm looking through the schedule. I'm looking at rumors and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go with a crazy one. Right.
Okay.
So at the Square Enix presentation, we get some more videos on what is it, FF7? What do they call it? What's the next gen version called? Like Integrate or something
Integrate,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we get an Integrate trailer, because of course the game's coming out soon. End of the trailer, we get that the game is now on PC and Xbox coming this year.
Okay. I don't think that's necessarily a risky or a safe bet. I think that's a solid first prediction right there. Like, we knew it was a timed exclusive, right? They were super evasive about that. I like that. When this year? Do you think it's like out now kind of deal? Like, when did Final Fantasy VII Remake come out on?
Last spring.
Okay, so they could.
Early last year.
They could absolutely do that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking either the day that Integrate comes out, because I believe it has a release date for the PS5 version, or maybe just in the fall sometimes. But I think this calendar year for sure. Sooner than later, probably, like maybe September at latest. I don't know anything about dates, but
Fuck yeah, man. I like it. Good first prediction. Who wants to hit us next?
I got you right here. BioShock 4 is going to be timed exclusive on the Xbox.
Ooh, okay. So you think A, we get like an official announcement, and B, like it's gonna be a timed exclusive for Xbox. I like it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What'd be even crazier for me is just getting that game announced. Like, forget where it's exclusive. Getting that.
It's all
game.
but confirmed though, right? Like we know it exists.
Yeah,
They've
we
been
know.
working on it, but yeah, they haven't said anything about it in forever. it
Yeah,
feels
man. I'm more excited for it now that I'm playing through the trilogy over again.
For
So
s-
like I'm so like those games are gorgeous. The atmosphere is incredible, right? So I can't wait to see like what they can do on the new systems.
So for some spicy timed extra credit, or not timed extra credit. I don't know why I said time. For some spicy extra credit, give me a prediction on where this puppy is going to be set, because like setting is so integral. Like just throw something out there, and if you're correct, like we'll give you some extra credit.
I thought about this. There's only two places I feel the game could go, and it's either A, underground,
Mhm.
or B, in space.
Pick one.
I'm going underground.
Underground. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
That's where I actually personally I think you could do some cool shit there.
Right, because Metro did it kind of cool, right? And but that was more gritty, realistic. I can only imagine how, 2K's take on it. How awesome they are at their environmental storytelling, and being able to build an underground universe. I feel would be pretty cool, and it'd be interesting to hear the reasoning, why, and I've always been interested to like where in the world are these places? Like where is what's the one in
Colombia?
Infinite? Colombia, yeah. Like
Yeah,
above
it's got-
where is Colombia? Do they ever say that?
It moves like so. That's the whole thing. Like they move the city around so that like the
Oh, so
government.
it's just constant. Yeah, that's right. It's constantly moving in the air.
Yeah,
What about Rapture though? Do they ever say where Rapture is in the ocean?
Atlantic somewhere. I think that's about as much as we get. Yeah, it's in the Atlantic. For extra credit, when is it set? Obviously, your prediction accuracy doesn't hinge on this, but I
Yeah,
thought
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. So, 50s was the
One.
first and second one, right?
Mhm.
Infinite was it the 60s? Or
No,
was it back further?
Infinite's 1920s.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna do it, man. 1970s.
That would be cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
Give me-
1970s.
give me some disco while I'm running around, some funk. You
That'd be
know,
pretty cool.
it's some rock and
They
roll.
could pull
I
it
mean,
off.
Absolutely.
I heard the rumor I heard though for BioShock is that it's open world. How do you feel about that?
It would genuinely depend on how they pull it off, right? Like I think like it could use a little bit of freshness injected into it. Like I don't think they can do quite the same thing. Like to me, BioShock is like powers and guns, right? And a cool setting. I think as long as you stick to those things, like you can play with it and do something fun. Like I hope it's not like Assassin's Creed Valhalla size open world. I think that's getting away from you a
Hell
little
no.
bit. Like even
God
Far
of
Cry,
War.
even
God of War
yeah,
style.
yeah, God of War, perfect. Like yeah, I would love something like that where like there's some hubs because they kind of like danced around that a little bit in the Columbia levels where you backtracked a little bit here and there. It wasn't really open world, but like kind of backtracking and visiting areas and getting more sense of a space. Like even like moving from like building to building sometimes like there was a little more room than in the previous entries. If you're just joining us, see we have 3 viewers in the chat. The audio is muted on purpose for the video. We're going to test this out here. Big shout out to Jazzy Guns, who is somebody I picked at random on YouTube Live. So big shout out to her for being our tech guinea pig. Looks like she's having a ball with the new season of Fortnite. All right, George, hit me with a prediction, good sir.
Yeah. So, Chris, before I do my prediction, I think you have a drop down on like a search drop down in the middle of the YouTube page. So.
Oh, I thought that was on hers. Yep, I sure do.
Yeah. So, because that's all the NBA score stuff we were looking at earlier.
Yep.
So,
Good call.
yeah. So as far as my prediction, I don't know how crazy it is, but I mean, I've already been talking about it, right? Jennifer Hale has been confirmed to be at E3. It's going to be one of the voice panels. Jennifer Hale, of course, plays Fem Shep in the recently renovated franchise that is near and dear to my heart. So I am predicting that we are going to get something for the next episode of Mass Effect or next installment of Mass Effect. I'm gonna go with Mass Effect 4. I'm thinking we're gonna get a little bit more of maybe a little bit more than a teaser trailer, some sort of footage, or maybe a little bit a bigger trailer. At the very least, some sort of announcement as to where it's going. And I'm gonna, don't quote me on this one, but I'm saying
Oh,
we're
we're
gonna be
quoting you.
we're playing Commander Shepard in the next Mass Effect game.
Very cool. Do we see gameplay? I'm not gonna hold you to that, obviously.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Unless they've kept their cards close to their chest and this game is a lot further along than we thought. I don't think we see gameplay. I think that's something that they would hold for like an EA play or something else, anyways. But this is like if they're smart, the game is clearly in the works. If they have something to show us, it be a very small trailer. Maybe like an extended version of what they just gave us with Liara. Like this is the time to strike and just continue the good vibes and the train of good emotions off of what's been our largely successful legendary edition that they've come out with. BioWare needs good press. They need good publicity. They need to play this right, and that is giving us continuous like little updates and little teases, letting us know that they're working on this game. They cannot go silent for a year, after Mass Effect Legendary Edition. They got to give us some stuff letting us know that this is coming, that they're working on this, and just they got to keep riding that hype. And I hope it starts here.
I mean,
See, I
go ahead,
agree
Zach.
with you, but I think they're gonna actually give us a substantial trailer that's going to tell you exactly what this game's going to be.
Hope so.
I think they want to capitalize on how on the good. What's the word I'm looking for here? Right?
It's like good
Mass,
vibes.
Mass
It's just like
Effect
good,
right now is
good
in
momentum.
yes, good momentum. It's in good graces again, right? So I think if you come out and you say, this is what the story is, well, this is what the premise is of this game, and here's a trailer that's gonna, you know, hype that up, speak that into existence pretty much. So
Yeah.
I think you'll get something like that if you do see anything from Mass Effect. I don't think it'll be vague like the last one was, where we
Yeah.
kind of just have to, guess.
I'd go as far to say that Mass Effect and possibly BioWare, but Mass Effect is at the highest it's been right now since right before the third one came out. Since the day before the third one came out, or before those reviews started coming
I
out.
don't know, because the anticipation for Andromeda, I remember being fierce.
True, very
Like,
true.
it was so fierce.
I could see it. I could see, yes, but I mean I don't know. It's close. I think it's close, but right now, like, it's just all good.
Yes.
I would argue that the anticipation for Andromeda might be heavier than what is going on right now. But I mean, just the sense of like good vibes and good momentum is
True.
stronger now, because even in anticipation of Andromeda, there was still a lot of trepidation and a lot of concern after the last one. Where were they going to go? They're a completely new story. There was a lot of excitement and anticipation, but I don't know if there was as much confidence in the product as there is at this moment, coming off of the Legendary Edition. So I'll take anything that I can get Mass Effect related, but I think even if they give us something tiny and small, it's enough. But they need to give us something.
I love the non-answer that was kind of an answer when asked, and I'm sorry I don't have the information in front of me, so we're just gonna say developer A was asked if now that everything has been pushed to current gen, if your saves may carry over for the next entry, and he said that is a definite no comment, which tells me that like he would just say no. I think like if they weren't at least considering it, I think he would just say no. So that's kind of cool. It's exciting.
Even just to get like the state of the universe, right? Not even has to be character specific
Yeah.
decisions, but like big things like what you did with the Genophage and stuff like that. Bigger decisions like that would be interesting because
Quarians, right? Like
they are.
they can. I mean, spoiler: the Quarians can be wiped out. Like if you if you don't navigate that storyline well, right? Geth as well. So, yep.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting.
Very cool. So, I'm gonna give a prediction that we get a Microsoft Studio acquisition announced. I don't think they're done yet.
Hold on, hold on. We have a. I don't know if any of you know Ghost Grunt, but we have a new person watching and put in the chat. We may as well announce their prediction.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll throw a chat.
Let's
So
throw in a chat viewer prediction, and that's from Ghost Grunt. Splinter Cell, no cap. You know,
Fucking wish. I fucking wish,
and
man. Jesus.
Ghost Grunt, I hope you're fucking right because nothing would make me happier. There's nothing Ubisoft could announce that would make me happier than another Splinter Cell game. Am I right? I mean, anyone disagree? What could they possibly announce that would make me more excited than a Sam Fisher game?
for us, like for this podcast, I 100% agree. I think we're all on board there. I think for some of the rabid fans of like Beyond Good and Evil 2, like that might be one of those things that not announced, but like showing or announcing that would be pretty hype. I love it.
Yeah,
Ghost
I
Grant.
want one. I want it more than anything.
So yeah, going back. So I think Microsoft announces a studio acquisition, at least one studio acquisition. We know they've still been on the prowl, on the hunt, and I think given some of the traveling that Phil Spencer's been doing and kind of open communication around Japanese developers and studios, I think it's a Japanese developer publisher. I mean, you guys already know what I'm going to say, but like on my wish list, it's From Software, and they announced that the maybe what's it called? Oh my god, why am I blanking on the game that everyone's
Elden Ring?
Yeah, thank you. Elden Ring, that we're all rabid for, is still multi-platform, but like future entries, including maybe a Bloodborne 2. Ooh, wouldn't that be sweet if we could get that made? But yeah, I think a studio acquisition, and it's a Japanese studio. That is my prediction. First prediction. How do you
Like
guys
it.
feel about that?
I would say if they're gonna get a studio, it's gonna be Sega.
Really? Yeah. I wonder, like, I think they need somebody that can do a great, like, third person, like, game, and to have that, like, Souls, like, formula on lockdown would be kind of cool. But I could see, like, Sega's definitely has a nice wide repertoire, like, to draw. I mean, you get Sonic as like a mascot who's having, is doing pretty well, like as a character lately. I mean, it's certainly popular in the movies lately. And
Get Atlas.
what's that?
Get Atlas or
Oh,
Persona, all that
yeah.
good stuff.
Very true. Yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot about that, Adam. That would be a huge get too. Yeah, I like it. Any
There's already
other?
a rumor that Persona is coming to Game Pass. Is that not a thing?
I
Or
had
coming
not
to
heard that
Xbox
rumor.
At least?
I mean, I'm too deep in it now to switch platforms, but for people like my brother who had never played it, or even maybe George, like I think that would be awesome. I mean, Game Pass would be a great Game Pass game.
Now, I don't like this developer because I think he's overrated. But making a deal with Kojima to get an Xbox exclusive like they did for with Death Stranding, people would care. I wouldn't care, but a lot of
I-
people would care a lot.
I have heard
That-
that rumor.
Me
That's
too.
one that I've heard. Yes.
Because Phil Spencer had a Kojima statue in the background of one of his videos, right? And
Yeah,
like usually whatever's on his stand there is a hint or something.
Yeah, even fucking consoles, apparently. That was wild.
Yeah.
I digress. But yeah, he had the Luden statue behind him. I think like this is the right time if you're going to partner. I don't know. Maybe Kojima would allow himself to be bought, but it kind of depends on. I mean, it's probably private information, like financially how Kojima Productions is doing. If they can operate independently, I don't know how well Death Stranding did, but I think this is the time to acquire them or at least partner with them, because he says he's working on a scary game, which people fucking wanted with PT, or with Silent Hill. I mean, we got a little taste of it with PT, and I think he got some of the weirdness out of his system. We saw what Kojima Unleashed looked like in Death Stranding. It was a game that was definitely not for everybody. I think him doing something a little more traditional, and I use that with air quotes, like for Kojima, might be just with the doctor order. Rein him in a little bit, give him some of that Microsoft money, and give us something fucking scary and weird. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be an acquisition because I think he enjoys being independent.
Yes.
But I definitely think that he's going to make a deal with Phil.
Fantastic.
Hope so. bring it on. Bring on Kojima.
Yeah, you like Death Stranding, right, George? Like you
I
had a good time
did. I
with it?
mean, it was. I had a good time. I know it was like it's not for everyone. It was a weird experience. I wouldn't say it's a great game. It was a great story, great visuals, and the cutscenes were beautiful, right? Like, the actual gameplay itself, it's a little bit, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but for me, like the story was captivating enough that like the gameplay was a means to an end to just kind of keep that going, which I enjoyed. But it's definitely a weird one.
I think if anything gets carried over from that game, it's how awesome and how cool it was to have like that shared universe where other people could help you in your game and everything while you're going around. Like
Yeah,
somebody left a ladder for you
for
or
sure.
something like that. I think that aspect's super cool, and if they can incorporate that into other games, I think that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Talk about feeling like completely alone in the game, but still connected to a community in a sense.
Right?
That was it was
He nailed it.
it was
Nailed
pretty it was pretty neat, pretty innovative. It isn't like I think people held it up to too high of expectations, for what it was. But yeah, dude, that game was more art than video game for sure.
The social aspect was my favorite part of Death Stranding. Like the more I put into the world, the more I got back. Like
Yeah.
definitely really cool. I'm gonna quickly test before we move on to our second round of predictions the audio. So those of you in the chat and George, certainly if you're watching, I'm gonna unmute the stream here, and you let me know if you can hear audio, and then we'll switch over to our post-show view and
Do you
test
want
that
to
out.
exit out so nerd can come in?
Yeah.
No, we gonna
It's coming through?
I'll be
Okay.
listening
see if we
now.
can find a cosmic
Try to
thing so I
put
can
it if you
upgrade my,
can control
dude,
it.
'cause
Put
I
it
wouldn't
lower
look
than
for
we
it.
are, right? You want to kind of have that like faint in the background, almost
Yep.
like when you're streaming
Wait,
a
it's
game.
talking
New
to,
season,
it's wild.
Yep, I've got
It's a lot for me to learn again. I feel
adjusted
like
it down.
it's all over again.
Yeah.
Might take a second.
Yeah, let me wait for the delay.
Yep. And audience members, I appreciate you hanging with us as we do this. This is a new endeavor for us, so we're using this as an opportunity to make a show and also to test the tech because we're efficient here at ECG. Let's go ahead and switch over to our post-show. Boom. There we go. And audio output capture. And we're here. All right. Sorry, I just realized I did not add the audio capture. So you should be able to hear us now. If everybody wants to give a quick little hello there in the Zoom.
Oh, hey.
There we go.
Oh.
Perfect. Yep. Coming through beautifully.
What up?
And that brings us to the second round of predictions. Who wants to go? Do you want to keep the same order?
I mean,
Yeah,
we
might
can.
as well, right?
That's fine.
Keep it easy.
Yeah. All right. Adam, hit me.
All right, everyone can see it in my background. Hold on, let me move over here. All right, there it is, the big one.
There it is.
Starfield will be at the Bethesda / Xbox, whatever. There'll be a pretty big deep dive into it. We'll get
Has
a
to be.
gameplay, big trailer, all kinds of stuff, and it'll get dated for 2022. I'm assuming earlier mid-year, but I don't think they'll put a date on it. But yeah, Starfield announced, confirmed, Xbox exclusive, 2022.
All right. Starfield, Xbox exclusive, and 2022.
Xbox PC, of course.
Yes. Yeah, I won't count that against you. given-
Microsoft.
Yeah, there you go. 2022. You think we just get the year? No date or anything more specific than that?
I mean, we could, but I don't think they want to do that. They're like, we think, but let's not push it.
Yeah, we're still going to be feeling the effects of that pandemic probably well into next year. So I think that's smart, especially in light of like some of what the reactions have been to game delays. Like sometimes people are very understanding and sometimes people get really oddly angry and indignant about it. So I think that's a smart move for sure. If you feel like you can hit it in that calendar year, it gives you a pretty wide runway, pretty wide and long runway to bring that in. Yeah, I got to ask, gameplay? You think we see gameplay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely think there'll be. I mean, that game's coming out next year, so gameplay makes sense.
Very cool.
So you don't think it's going to be, you think there's no chance of it coming this year like the rumor was?
I would think it could come this year, but I'm just doing it to be safe. Like, cause even games for like Horizon, when they were like, it's on track to come out this year, but they won't actually say it's coming this year because like the pandemic
Just
just
in
screwed
case.
everything up. It's like, don't even bother because people freak out. It's not worth it.
and I think it's one of those things that maybe they originally thought. Like I could see there have been early discussions like in January, February where they were talking about that. Maybe that's where the rumor spun off from. But as they got closer and closer, probably had some discussions. I would imagine if they, if it's coming out 22, I could see it being pushed for that reason. Again, in light of Cyberpunk, man, you gotta think like Bethesda's a pretty comparable studio as far as like pedigree goes. Like they're probably looking at that situation, going like, no way and fuck do we want to have that kind of conversation around us. Like,
And Microsoft's flipping the bill, so you don't have to rush it out to make money. Like you're taken care of on that end.
yeah, they
so.
spent billions of dollars acquiring you. Like,
Yeah, literally.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for Starfield. I really hope that they kind of give us the next leap forward. Like as much as I liked Fallout 4, I didn't feel like it was that leap forward that I wanted with like the prior gen. Where like Skyrim felt like crazy, Fallout 3 felt crazy. So I'm hoping like we get something like innovative and exciting.
Yeah, I've never finished a Bethesda RPG, man. The style of those games just haven't really
George, indignant.
gelled with me, and yeah, I'm hoping, like you said, I'm a sci-fi guy, like too, so this is much more up my alley. I'm hoping, but I hope it's not just Skyrim in space, like that style of gameplay and everything, and the jankiness like that, man. Like I want like a true next gen RPG experience from this.
Has it been confirmed what if it's first person or third?
Nope.
I hope it's third. Fuck that first person shit, man.
Have they ever done a full blown third person RPG?
No,
mean, you can do both in Fallout and Skyrim. So.
Yeah, but it's
It looks
third
janky,
person
it looks
is
weird and
Yeah, third person is
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
It looks if they do it, like I hope they give you an actually good first and third person experience. Yeah, I just like third person games better when it comes to RPGs and stuff. So hopefully they do that. I would like that personally, but
especially if they let you customize your person. Like if you, or they don't show them in cutscenes. Like then there's no point of customization in an RPG
Yeah.
if it's first person.
I get what you're saying though. Like I feel like Fallout and Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, they've been kind of the same game for a long time. Like they've evolved in terms of story, maybe gameplay a little bit, but the actual game itself like hasn't really evolved. They haven't really evolved and innovative like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, 76. They kind of look the same, dude. Like they kind of look and function the same. Even if you even look at was it Outer Worlds, right? Even that just looks like Fallout in space. That's Fallout in space. So I hope Starfield definitely takes a step forward. They obviously need a win after Fallout 76, but yeah, I'm with you. The game, I love all the Fallout games and most of Bethesda's RPGs, but I can see the need for like a little bit of evolution, right? And kind of pushing the boundaries when it comes to their type of games instead of just keeping going to the well that's starting to dry up,
Yeah, it's the same with like those Telltale games, man. It's like you like playing them, the stories are awesome and everything, but man, it's tough to look at after a certain period of time, man.
And that's why it's over.
Right? Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
who's next?
Yeah.
Zach, right? Or me?
I don't remember who went.
I think
I
I
think
was next. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying that a Gotham Knights beta is going to be announced for later this year.
That's a stretch. That's
No, the game comes out 2022, right? It's going to be multiplayer, so why not have a beta for it?
Usually a good way to gauge, although sometimes that's done more harm than good. Anthem, I'm looking at you. So I think if they put it out, they should keep it short, sweet, and simple. Like, and maybe do an alpha before they even do a beta. Like, call it an alpha or a pre-alpha, even. And go easy. I think you got to go easy. Like, on just because. I think it's hard to demo deep games like Destiny and Anthem and shit like that. Like, just because like you need so much time to like really get a feel for the systems and the loot and to synergize, and it can leave the wrong impression if you don't do it right.
yeah.
You want my full like crazy.
Save it for the next one.
All right.
Well, no, I mean you can if it's related to Gotham Knights.
No,
swing-
it's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not.
I was gonna say swing for the fence, man. But
I'm between a couple right now because I feel like someone's gonna use it. So I'll just go with this one. I think we get the Switch Pro 2 second
Oh,
super.
shit, I
You
forgot
know,
about the Switch Pro.
I think we're finally gonna get something on that. I mean, obviously Nintendo's gonna make a splash, but I mean the Switch Pro has been like all but confirmed. It's like I don't know, borderline like worst kept secret. You know, like I think it's time to get something out there. And if you pair it with some Breath of the Wild 2, would be cool too. It kind of goes. I don't know if it goes hand in hand, but I could see both of those things coming through. I think it's definitely time to announce this Switch Pro. Like you know, like it's the light
Perfect
has
game
been
to launch
out.
with it.
Yeah, the light has been out long enough. I think now. I don't know how popular it was, but hey, dude, I want a better Switch, man. Come on,
out this year. Out this year.
Yeah, 100%. I'll buy the holiday and fall.
Whoa,
Like,
so that means you're saying Zelda's coming out this year.
I
Or
think it's
do you
possible.
want Zelda to come out?
I
Is that what
want
you're saying?
Zelda. I don't think it's coming out this year. I do think they're much further along in that game than they let on. Because I mean that shit came out of nowhere. You know
How awesome would that be, right? You launch the original
be
Switch
great.
with Zelda, and then you do the Pro with
When did the Switch launch? Was it 2017?
17, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you know you've
This will
the
be
next
4.5
gen of gaming
years.
is here. The next gen of gaming is here. Give me something, man. Give me 4K dock.
What's a
you know?
price?
I will not hold you to this, but do you think it's possible? Because I think it would be the biggest baller move of all time that they not only release that like for like the release for a launch title, but Metroid Prime 4 that's been radio silence. You think
They'd lose their shit.
you think they could do something crazy like that? I mean, you think like if not certainly at like the launch time, like within like the launch window, because remember fucking Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild 2 came out the same year. Granted, it was March and December, but like it's possible for them to do something close, like adjacent, you know?
It would be cool. It would be cool. You know, I think Zelda is more likely because you give me like a Zelda. They love their bundles, man. You give me a Zelda Switch Pro, something like that. I'm all over it. You know, I could see it. I could see it. I don't think they're coming out at the same time though. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be wise.
Adjacent, I think.
You know, but yeah, I could see it pretty close. You know, I think it'll come out with one of them for sure. But yeah, we're ready for it. As far as price, I'm going 350 on the Switch Pro, and the regular Switch gets dropped to 250.
I like it. I think
that's fair. You can't charge $400 for a Switch Pro. You can't. I don't think
Nah,
we can.
no way. Unless like the handheld is putting out 4K itself, right?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Like right now, we've got what the Series S what did it come out to? 250, 300? I forgot what the
300.
Series S-
300.
300, right? The
and
Series
it's
S is
500 for
300.
the
You know, and then you've got the Series X is 500. The PS5 is you got one that's 400, dude. You cannot charge me $400 for a Switch when a PS5 digital costs $400.
That's probably at least 3 times more powerful.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. You've got
Got a
the
question
handheld.
for you, or got a quiz for you, George. How much did the Wii U cost?
I don't know, man. How much?
$349.
There you go.
and the Nintendo Switch was 250, right?
Nintendo Switch was $300 when it launched,
Or not? No, I'm sorry. The Wii is what I meant. The Wii.
and the Wii was $250. So I don't think that a $400 machine is out the realm of possibility when they charge $350 for a Wii U.
that shit better have.
But they learned their mistake.
I agree.
I
with
don't
you.
Not that
think
the
it's-
Switch Pro is going to be bad because it's not.
I don't think that it's out of the. It wouldn't shock me if they came out with 400, but I think it'd be a bad move. I think 350 is the most that you could charge for that and be reasonable. You come out with $400, like I take it back. If they give me a 4K handheld, I could see it. Give me 4K 30, 4K 60. I don't think it's possible. But you give me a 4K 30, 1440, 60. You give me something like that handheld.
Because I'm handheld most of the time, anyways.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed, but like I don't think that you can't just give me a slightly more powerful, because that's the thing. It's not called the Switch 2. It's called the Switch Pro, right? So it's just got to be a slightly better version.
Maybe we don't know.
Yeah,
Right, we don't know. We
that
don't
yet.
know. but all intents and purposes, it just looks like it's not the next gen. It is just like it's
The
supposed to
PS4
be.
Pro.
Yeah, it's like the PS4 and PS4 Pro. So you're not gonna take this thing to the next level. I'm guessing you're probably getting at the very minimum 1080p handheld, longer battery life, maybe some better internal storage.
No drift on the Joy-Cons.
I was gonna say Joy-Con 2.0. You can
Joy-Con.
you
More-
can bet your ass there will be something about the fucking like new generation of Joy-Con.
more Joy-Con. The only way that you're gonna justify a $400 plus price tag is if you got some shit in handheld where you can like motion capture your hands or some shit like that. Something weird like that. They'd have to have something innovative for it to charge that. I think 350 is a super reasonable price for a beefier Switch, but
It's a
anything's
price point
possible.
that would get anybody that owns a Switch interested, certainly.
Yeah.
Whereas I think 400 might be a turnoff, but
It is 400 is a big turnoff for me. 350 is the way to go. I could also see them putting it at 300 and dropping the price of the other one, but I think 350 is like, you know,
That would be nuts if they came out at 300. That'd be crazy.
I was gonna ask
Great.
you for you crazy kids, because I'm not one of them that like played 3DS and shit like that. I know there was different SKUs with that. What kind of price difference was there for that stuff? Does anybody know?
3DS is like, I'm looking at a list right now. 3DS came out at, oh, I just passed it. 3DS was $250.
What about when they launched the? Because there was like an XL or something like that, right? Like
I don't
A
see
big-
that on
yeah,
this
the
list
big
that I'm
version,
looking
right?
at.
I'm fuzzy
obviously,
on that shit. So I was just curious, like when they started releasing different SKUs, like how the pricing models like shifted. But
yeah, there was a DS, a DSi, DSXL, then 3DS.
There was a million of them.
Yeah, they got all over the place, but hopefully it's 350. I'm gonna buy it either way. What does it matter? But I think there's a big difference between three. Like yeah, I just think 400 for what they're probably gonna give us it's kind of a dick move, given what's out there.
fantastic.
Oh, by the way, this is unrelated, but 3DS XL, excuse me, launched at 200, but at that point the 3DS had been discounted already. Switch has never had a discount, so
Well,
I think-
they can't keep them on the fucking shelves, you know.
So
Like,
that's what I'm saying. This I'm thinking you're getting 300. The same price is the bare minimum, and I'm thinking probably 350 or 400. I wouldn't be shocked because you'd buy it for 400, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's so true.
That is true. They could price it at whatever the fuck they want, and people will
Nah,
buy
I ain't
it.
buying no $500 Switch.
no, yeah, I think
What about a
we-
399 Switch?
Oh,
yeah, 400. Yeah, I would go upwards of 400 depending on the features, but the software is going to be what determines if I bump one on day one, though. Like I'll tell you what, like if they don't have a good launch title for it, like who fucking cares? Like
That shit better
Yeah,
come
something
with
that actually
with a
takes-
data plan on that shit and Netflix and you being like an app store and all that shit. Like if you're gonna be
fix the
charging me
online,
400.
Jesus.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean they only charge $10 for it or whatever, so or 20.
It's
but
true. Yeah.
You get what you pay
and
for. I
and you get the
suppose.
SNES and Nintendo games, which, yeah, whatever. It's better than having to buy them again, I guess.
That's fair.
All right, I am going to do my next prediction. Kind of a safe bet, but I was thinking about this anyway, like prior to some photo sleuths looking at the Devolver teases for E3. But I think Hotline Miami 3 is coming out, and I think it comes out within the show window, so within the week of like E3. I think it's one of those things that's like it's an out now like kind of thing. I think it's multi-platform, but I think it comes out at the show. Thought it'd be fun to show Devolver a little bit of love. Anybody else here besides me played the Hotline Miami games?
I played them. I
Negative.
played almost all the good Devolver games. I like that.
I love them, man. Like I played it for the first time about 2 years ago, so I was like really late to the party because I know it was like Vita first, and then like it came to PlayStation later on, and you know now it's all like on Xbox and stuff too, and Switch of course. Man, what a fucking great game for the Switch, but like in general, I hope they get good soundtrack, give me some bloody like cool twin stick like action. I think that franchise is awesome, and I'm ready for more.
Wasn't there a gorilla game like that? Like you literally ran around as a gorilla.
Ape Out?
Ape Out, yeah.
Ape Out, yeah.
It's a little like different. Like Ape Out had kind of like mini campaigns, that were in different environments, and it was very much like as you would beat the shit out of people and navigate around, like the drum, like the jazz percussion soundtrack was affected by like what you did. Whereas like Hotline Miami is definitely like a for surprisingly deep story for like a top down like twin stick game where like you're I don't want to like give particular spoilers, but like you're a character who gets mysterious phone calls, and you're sent to like wipe out like drug dealers and like criminals and shit like that. And you're not clear why you're doing it for a while. That's kind of like part of the mystery, but it's good. Good soundtrack too, man. One of the best. So I know not a very like. So I guess what I was referencing was there was a photo of some E3 prep and on the board behind, and it could be a fake out, like, but it said Hotline Miami 3 and then something unintelligible below it. But to add a little spice, I'm saying out adjacent to the show.
Hell yeah.
All right, and depending on how long this takes, we'll do at least one more round of predictions, and we'll see where we're at time wise. Adam, hit me, my man.
All right, I've got a list here, and I'm trying to figure out who are these other people. I mean, this is an easy one. No, that one's already been confirmed. I don't want to do that. Skip me for this one because I'm going to try to find a good one. Because I was going to say
fair enough.
Borderlands, but we already know there's a Borderlands game. That's fucking confirmed. So.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. I'll go, and I'm just gonna run through the rest of this little list that I had here. All right. There's gonna be a full blowout on Fable.
Damn it!
Right.
That's the one that that was my next one.
Yep, full
Has to
blowout
be.
on Fable.
Need
We're gonna
gameplay
get-
for that.
Remnant from the Ashes 2. I had Splinter Cell down, but I think I put it down every single year. Xbox exclusive Marvel game. I still believe we're gonna get that.
Oh, so you're just going for like for broke here. All right, so
yeah.
pick
I'm
pick
giving
your
you everything
one.
I had.
Pick your one, and we can do a lightning round if we're low on time. How about that?
Oh, gotcha. All right, I gotcha.
So let's talk the Fable full reveal. So you're saying like gameplay, like
Yep.
maybe some light story stuff, like enough to kind of get a sense of what's going on. Release date?
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe a window.
Mhm.
But no, I think I think you're gonna get gameplay on it. I think you're gonna get a little world building. I think you'll get a little bit of the mechanics in the game. I think they might even touch on the good evil aspect of that made Fable so awesome. Touch on choice. So yeah, I think they're gonna blow the roof off this, man. People have been waiting to see it for a really long time.
Playground Games, man, they make some beautiful shit. Like when they confirm they're using the weather system from the Forza Horizon, I'm like, whoa, man, I've never played a Forza game, but I've seen enough footage to know that will look tasty. I will not hold you to this, but demo? You think they do like a God of War style, like little like mini demo, like 5-6 minutes?
That would be awesome, but I'm gonna go no. I don't see them putting out a demo for
Little
it.
sizzle reel then?
Yeah, I think if anything,
Not playable demo. I mean like like just like them like showing off like
yes.
like a vertical slice of the game.
like they did when they first revealed God
God
of
of
War.
War.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah. I think I think it might be a little bit bigger than that, right? Like I think that was just to like say God of War is coming, and it's in the Norse mythology. I think you might actually see like full blown like here's the open world, and here you could go. Here's a village that you can go into, and maybe show you the good and bad of going in the village, or something like that. You could tackle this mission the good way and the bad way, and they might show you the consequences of each, just to show you how they're building on like I said, the good and evil aspect of the game.
I have never played a Fable game, so I am very
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I'm
man.
very
You grow
excited.
Big ass horns and everything, and drag that sword behind you. It's so cool.
It always looked appealing and interesting, but yeah, it's just one of those things like little blind spots. We all have them in our gaming history. Really, really cool, man. And I mean, I hope so. I really want Microsoft to kill it. I feel like they've come close to killing it, at some E3s, but like I really want them to just like knock it out of the park. Adam,
Okay.
are you a Fable guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I played all the Fables before. They're pretty fun. I'd be interested to see a new one. It's been a very long time since they've had a good one, so that would be fun to see. But I do remember my things, by the way. Now, whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
For it.
yeah. Hit us.
Okay, so I was looking on the schedules. What was taking me so much time? I was
Hmm.
looking for a Warner Brothers section, but there's not. So that gets rid of my Ed Boon hope, because Ed Boon's been acting crazy on Twitter lately. Everyone's
Yeah,
talking
yes.
about Marvel versus DC. That's the game they're
Omni-Man?
making.
Talking about fucking Omni-Man being in
Yo.
a Mortal Kombat game, maybe, or Injustice. Like that would be wild.
We'll see. I have no idea. I hope a Marvel versus DC game or Injustice 3, whatever, would be awesome. But
Finally finished watching that series. Great.
which
Invincible.
one?
Oh man, the
yeah.
last episode.
Oh,
Well, is it
that
the second to last episode? I think it's the last episode.
It's the last episode's where everything goes bananas.
The train man.
Yes.
I gotta send you guys this meme that a friend of ours shared on that. It's great, man. It's great.
No,
I'm
the
so-
best
so could-
memes.
I didn't mean to cut off Adam. Poor Adam. I derailed you, dude.
Sorry.
Like, go ahead, man. So,
Yeah.
so that
But-
dashed your hopes.
Yeah, lack of Ed. I mean, he might show up and show a cool game. That'd be awesome. But since Ed Boon's not there, you know what company is there? Is Capcom. And I'm thinking we're gonna get a Street Fighter 6, or yeah, it'd be 6, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
because 5 was the one that was on PlayStation 4. So I think we get a Street Fighter 6 or another Marvel versus Capcom. But I'm more inclined to go Street Fighter 6 at this point. So the fighting game people would have fun with that. I guess I'd prefer an Ed Boon game personally, but I know people like Street Fighter. So
Yeah, that would be cool. I haven't played a fighting game in God knows how long. I know people, at least when it launched, didn't seem to like Street Fighter 5, if I remember right. Like, didn't people not get down with it?
They
did
launched
a lot
with
of
like
weird
such
things
a
over it.
bare minimum amount of content, I think, and that's why people hated it so much.
Okay. Yeah, and then I know like it kind of gained back some goodwill as time went on, but yeah, that would be neat. Console exclusive or anything, or you think it's just like a straight release, or any other wild predictions around Street Fighter 5?
I see it being PS5, PS4, PC, and especially I don't think Capcom cares about this, but that PlayStation owns Evo now, kind of makes sense. I think that Sony will just give them money and like do it again, and they'll be like, whatever, we don't care, we'll take the money, I suppose.
Awesome. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm gonna rapid fire a couple quick ones.
No,
They're-
save for the lightning round.
Are we doing a lightning round? Okay.
Yeah, because we got time. We're at like 46 minutes, so like I
Okay.
say, like we do like some honorable mentions or a lightning round. Like,
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
'cause
my.
I got to skedaddle in a few minutes.
Okay.
My food's done.
What do you want me? You want to kick off the lightning round now?
No,
No.
give you a last prediction.
Okay.
it, yeah.
All right. My last major prediction is a sad one. I think we're gonna get some more uninspiring Halo Infinite stuff.
Man, you think it's still gonna look shitty?
I don't think it's gonna look shitty,
Not
but I just
shitty,
think
but,
I
you
just
know,
think it's not gonna wow
Up to
us.
snuff.
The more that keeps coming out, the more delays, the more things that keep coming out of that camp. It's not in a good space. I'm still hopeful that they're gonna right the ship, but I feel like we're gonna get something about Halo Infinite, and it's not gonna be satisfying. I won't go as far as saying it's gonna be as bad as Craig the Brute, but I think it's not gonna exactly be like. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna get. Oh, cool. Like.
They need the next Halo footage to be like, holy shit, after what
I
the last
agree.
footage was.
I agree wholeheartedly. However, I don't think they have that yet, and they cannot go through an E3 without something on it, without an update on it.
is
Do you
there any?
think-
Okay, sorry.
No, Chris, go ahead.
Is there any chance this thing does not show up at E3 at all?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
There's
Okay.
that would do. That's the thing is, I think that would do more harm than giving us some like mediocre something.
I
What
agree
if-
with the caveat of an announcement ahead of E3 saying, "Hey, it's not going to be there." Like, I
Yeah.
think if you do that, like, it's okay.
But that would
And
still
you have
be bad.
Gear 6.
That would still be bad if you tell it it's not going to be there, because like this is a game that was supposed to come out 6 months ago, and granted it was pushed out towards the end of this year, at least a year, possibly longer. The fact that you have still nothing to show for at this point, like that's bad. Like it's worse than putting out complete complete garbage. But like I hope they can package together something inspiring enough, but I think it's not going to be. Or worse, if they don't show anything at all, like I think that's really bad. That'd
Man,
be
if any
huge
predictions
red
are
flag.
wrong, I want that one to be wrong.
Yeah. Me too. But I feel like the game isn't I don't know, I just have this gut feeling that it's not where it needs to be. Still have hope that I'm wrong, or hope that it's gonna get turned around, but I feel like they had to 180 that shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it just, the realist in me is going like, I just don't think this game's ever gonna be be like not good. That's wrong. I think the game will come out and be good eventually. I just
what
don't think
they
it's
touting it to be.
I don't think it's ever going to be like masterpiece quality. I feel like sometimes it's just not in the cards, and I don't want that to be the case with this game, but that's just kind of the feeling I have. I think that's okay, like for me personally. Like I didn't play Halo 5 at all. I have no doubt the multiplayer will be good. I think they've kind of nailed what they needed to do with the prior entry, but like yeah, it is kind of a bummer cuz like from the perspective of somebody who grew up with Halo, like loving Halo, like you want it to be good. Hey, what's up, brother Kyle? My brother's in the chat. See you, Tiger Fan 93. What is going on? We are wrapping up our E3 predictions. You can toss one in the chat if you have a prediction. I will say it here on the show. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I as much as I don't want it to be true, I feel like that's what's gonna happen with Halo Infinite, unfortunately. My final prediction is I think a game that does come out for Microsoft this year, and I think we get a massive reveal and a firm release date. God, this is my swing for the fence one right here, is going to be Avowed. Obsidian's game Avowed. We've heard that behind the scenes is really, really far along, so I would love to get a fucking rock solid Obsidian game, and it's set in the it's not Baldur's Gate. Is it Baldur's Gate universe, Adam?
No, that's their own universe. Oh no, it's in what's that other Obsidian? It's an Obsidian game. Baldur's Gate is something different.
Yeah,
I'll double check it.
yeah, I know it's in like some other universe, but like it's obviously first person. That looked cool as shit. Like, so I think that's a game.
Pillars of Eternity?
Pillars of Eternity. You are correct.
it?
I think so.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah, they made Pillars. Yeah, that's it.
So hey, man, give me that, and I that's my swing for the fence. You guys think there's a chance in hell? Am I crazy?
I thought the game was much further away than you're making it seem, personally. So that's, but I hope so. I could see them putting something out there in regards to that. I don't know. how far
Microsoft
along
doesn't
the
have
game is.
anything big on schedule, right? Like definitive to come out later this year.
Halo supposedly, but
Psychonauts 2,
Yeah.
baby.
Psychonauts too. Yeah, I mean, I could see Microsoft just fucking crushing it here and just putting putting everything on the table and getting you real hyped up for stuff that isn't coming out this year. I mean, that'd be cool. But I'd still be excited about it. Like, like the expectation wasn't that there was gonna be much beyond Halo, anyways. So, so it could be cool. I hope so. That's
Yeah,
a game I'm
could-
excited for.
Yeah, I could see them doing the PlayStation did it when they showed it was Spider-Man, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and then one other thing. But those games didn't come out for like 3 years, so they just kept showing them over and over again. We could get that with the amount of studios they have, but have stuff maybe come out like a year or two from now.
yeah, I mean, I would love it. Like, it take a little bit of the pressure off of Halo Infinite as well. Like if Avowed does come out and it's good, people would, if they delayed Halo Infinite again, no one would be, I shouldn't say nobody. Hopefully, less people would be angry about it. But I'm excited for that. I don't really know much about the Pillars of Eternity universe, but I know this is like standalone. Like, it's not like a sequel or anything. It's just set in the universe. So I'm intrigued. First person combat, with swords and shit, spells. Like, give me that. It looked awesome. The little teaser.
Give me
that we
good
got.
relationships, man. That's what I want. I want to build some good relationships with my crewmates.
Yeah. I don't. Has anyone here played Pillars of Eternity? Anybody? Like, no. Yeah. I feel
Yeah, I
kind of
have.
guilty about it. You have? All right.
Uh-huh.
So give me excited about Vow. Give me like a quick little 30-second elevator pitch of like why you think this game could be good. Like, what do they do well, and like what do you think they could do, like given some more money in practice?
I mean, Obsidian's just really good at like RPG world building and characters. Sort of the same thing you would think with like early BioWare games like Dragon Age, and it's think of the best parts of D&D and RPG video games, and that's what Obsidian does. So
Sold. That's
Yep.
all. There we go. For me anyway. Yeah, so Kyle's predictions, he says, I think we're all going to be happy what is shown at E3 and won't be let down at all. We need a win after last year. Kind of, not as crazy as it sounds, because all these companies have had largely 2 years to kind of hold some stuff back, and go like, hey, we know it's not going to come out. So it's an extra year to plan and really like channel the hype. So I don't think that's as crazy as maybe as it sounds at first glance. What do you guys think?
I agree because like you were saying, a lot of stuff got intentionally held back last year because of COVID and everything. So, I mean, I bet you studios are just itching to get what they've been holding back out there for everybody to see. And I mean, I know it's all digital and it won't be the same as having the crowd there and having those get hype moments with the crowd. Like, I still watch the God of War reveal to this day, man. I love that reveal. It's so good. Like, you won't get that kind of thing, but yeah, I definitely think you'll see a lot more W's than L's this year.
Agree. All right, quick lightning round, and we will skedaddle. So, Adam, I'm not going to time you, but
Well,
like,
let's go Zach go first. He's got to go.
okay, Zach, go ahead, man. Rapid
All
fire,
right,
buddy.
So here's my just crazy one that I hope happens. Definitely not going to happen. Take Two's there. That's Rockstar, right? That's their parent company.
Yes.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Yep.
I'm saying, I know they're never there, right? But this is the year that Rockstar is going to reveal their new
I would love
open
it.
world game, right? Just like Red Dead was the new thing. GTA happened, Red Dead happened. I need a new open world from Rockstar, right?
GTA 6.
We've been hearing it's.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
We've been hearing Vice City, man. That's like the hot rumors that it is going. We're going back to
No,
Vice
I mean,
City.
don't get me wrong. I would love it because I think GTA 5, man, the campaign, that whole game is just awesome. But I would love to see them tackle something new. So, but yeah, I think Gears 6 will be Series X exclusive. It will not be on Xbox One.
Woo, that's a bold prediction because Microsoft's always been the, across generations and.
Yeah, man. But I think I look at how gorgeous Gears 5 was, man, and I just imagine what they could do if they just took all that and put it all exclusively on the Series X, man. What you could put behind that game would be just incredible.
Not to derail us too much, but is it rumor or confirmed that they're gonna kind of hold back the development a little bit on Gear 6 to get familiar with Unreal Engine 5?
I know they definitely said they're switching over to it,
Yeah,
so I would imagine that that's gonna take some.
Or just-
I forgot about that until you just said that, man. Damn it, we ain't gonna
Sorry.
see nothing on Gear 6.
Sorry to burst your bubble, man. But
Lightning round.
Skull and Bones, I think, is going to impress with its rebooted style. And I already said the other stuff earlier, but the Xbox. Oh, Back for Blood's going to win more than 20 Game of the Show. 20 Game of Show awards.
okay, Back
That game's
for
going to be
Blood
legit, man.
cleans up. Okay, got it.
All right, fellas, I'm out. I got to go eat.
Enjoy, man. Thanks for
Take it easy,
hanging out. Who wants to go next?
George can go. I'll go
Okay.
last because you guys are just going to take all mine, so I'd rather have that.
Okay, all right. Rapid fire. CD Projekt Red is gonna not be let inside. They'll be outside of the door trying to show whatever their new DLC is gonna be. Please, guys, let me in. Please let me show our new DLC and some more patches. So the DLC that still hasn't come out yet. So yeah, I think they're not gonna be allowed inside. Okay, what else? We're gonna get Elder Scrolls, some Elder Scrolls footage, maybe a trailer that's of some stuff. I think that one's further out than Starfield, so I don't think we'll get as much Starfield, but it's a good way for them to just absolutely crush it if they give us some of that as well. And I think we're gonna get something for this new Lucasfilm game stuff. Yeah, maybe something regarding Ubisoft's open world Star Wars stuff, even if it's like a teaser, very, very slight teaser. I think we get something from that would be really cool. And I think I had one other thing, but I can't remember what it was. So I guess that's I think it was something positive, but that's fine. We'll roll with that. That's my lightning round.
Fantastic. Adam, do you want to go last, or do you want to go
Yeah,
next?
I'll go last. You go ahead.
All right. So I am going to go ahead and predict that we get a good look at Elden Ring, and I think it's on Microsoft Bethesda stage. So in lieu of anybody else, like they're not going to go to Square, right? They're not going to go to Ubisoft. Sony is absent from E3. Been chomping at the bit. People were chomping at the bit. And hey, if Microsoft swings that money around and acquires From Software, what better place to show off the game, even if it's not
Real
exclusive?
quick, there is Bandai Namco on Tuesday, apparently.
Oh, is there? Okay, are they publishing that game? That's I know,
don't know.
from like they kind of go back and forth with like different publishers, like Activision published.
DBZ Kakarot 2, baby.
Yeah,
There you go.
But yeah, like Activision published Sekiro, which is mind-boggling because that game is so good and there's no microtransactions. Free DLC doesn't seem possible.
We're definitely getting Elden Ring. I'm with you. Elden Ring has to show up.
100%. It's been way too much radio silence. So yeah, I think like massive gameplay reveals, all that good stuff. I think Beyond Good and Evil 2 is absent again. I don't know why. I just feel like it's not going to be there. I feel like we get some sort of Splinter Cell reveal that's not like what anybody wants. I think they're gonna do the same fucking shit that they've been pulling, where the things light up and it's like now coming to Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, like as a new like character. And then finally, I think we see a Jedi Fallen Order like 2 tease.
That'd be like, I would love that. That'd be great.
Ooh,
And
that'd be cool. I hope you're right about that one. But I
Me
think
too.
you're wrong. But I hope you're right.
hey, these are just the swinging for the
That-
fences, Hail
yeah, that-
Marys,
that is
like
swinging for the fences.
lightning rounds. So I'm gonna count these two as like maybe like half points or something for any of these that we get right for tiebreakers. So
Fair.
all right, Adam, lightning round, baby, let's do it.
These are all specifically Adam ones. Battlefield 6 will look cool, and Adam will enjoy it because I like Battlefield 5 was bad, so I'm ready for them to get back to good ones. I think that the rumors are true, and that Firaxis is making a Marvel game. So we're gonna get. I think we'll get a couple Marvel game announcements, but that one I care about because I love XCOM. So they're gonna have an XCOM Marvel type game, which is a thing. Again, another thing that Adam will love. That'll be a good
This
time.
is Adam's E3. Can you tell us Adam's E3 predictions?
This is what Adam wants to happen. I'm not worried about anybody else. And then let's see. There will be Nintendo. No. Take Two. I'm gonna say GTA 6. I know that they don't do E3 things, but it's not just a new open world game. If
The
it's
recording has stopped.
oh wow, she's out.
This meeting is being recorded.
That's my bad, y'all.
Let's go. If we get another look from what Rockstar is doing, it will be GTA 6. That it's going to be the thing. I don't know when that game's coming out. It might be 2 years from now, knowing how they work. But I don't think it's going to be a new game. I think if you're going to see anything from Rockstar, it is GTA 6. It'll be like, here's GTA 5 on PS5 and Xbox Series X, and here's the next one.
Red Dead was what, 2018?
18, yeah.
Okay, so
And then GTA 5 was 2013 or whatever it was, some nonsense.
well, and we know that they've pivoted to like a development model where they throw all their people at one game, right? Like that's how they're doing stuff now. So that would be like not quite 3 years yet of having everybody working on something. So if they pulled people off of GTA 6 to help finish Red Dead 2 and then pivoted back, like, yeah, I think you got to figure there was a couple years of production probably going on, or pre-production certainly for 6. So, yeah, I could see them doing like a small reveal. It's weird because like in the last like couple of games that they've made, like they don't seem to really want to show it off until it's like real close or like within a year of coming out. So,
Yeah.
And also, Baldur's Gate 3 gets a 1.0 release trailer because I've been ready for that game to come out early access forever.
Wait, it didn't actually come out yet?
No, they
early
keep
access.
updating the early access. They keep just putting more and more stuff into that, but the full game.
Man, I've been wanting to play that game. I've been missing out. I've never
Maybe
played
after
any of
early
those.
3, we'll know a date for the full game.
oh, I did have one more quick one. Are you done, Adam, or is that
Same. I also remembered my last one too.
Hades
You
out
can
of
go.
Game Pass this month on Xbox because it hasn't been announced for Xbox yet. It's only been confirmed
Very
for
cool.
PlayStation. Go ahead, George.
PUBG 2.
Ooh.
PUBG 2. I think that game's been rumored for quite a bit, and word is that it's 2022. So that'd be cool if it made its debut here. I don't know how or where, but I don't know where that would even fit in there. But fuck it, PUBG 2.
Yeah, Microsoft stage. I feel like it's pretty. They've got a business relationship for sure. Kyle says he's hoping for Witch Queen trailer for Destiny at E3. I think it's pretty safe bet that we get a trailer, dude. Like Destiny, like clockwork always shows up at E3. I think we get like a pretty. It's tricky because like they still have another season after this one, so like I don't know how much stuff they can show off, but I think we definitely get like a teaser if nothing else. I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah, I could see that. No, for sure. They're gonna put something out in regards to it for sure. Maybe extending their Game Pass relationship for another year.
Yeah, I could see that. It seems like I mean, Geo. That's how he found Destiny. Like, he on PC. Like he like came in through Game Pass and like it hooked him. It did exactly what they intended, which was like, he became like a Destiny fan again. So.
Yep.
And that brings us to the end of the show. Unless anybody has some last minute predictions or words you want to throw out.
Negative. We are good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we will see all of you lovely folks out live on Sunday. We'll be covering with both a pre-show, a live reaction, and a post-show for the Microsoft Bethesda conference and Square Enix on Sunday. We will not have any live streams around the other conferences, but I imagine that we'll cover anything either next week, during our regular podcast that's notable, or if we have enough time in the pre-show, maybe we'll talk a little bit about do a little catch-up segment for 10 minutes or something. Hard to say because we're all pretty damn talkative on ECG. So until next time, we appreciate you. See you soon.
Peace.